Hi everyone, and welcome to this short lesson that will show you the basics of how to use Canva as an inquiry charting tool. Please feel free to follow along on your own device. It is completely free to create a Canva account, and they have all kinds of really useful graphic design capabilities. For our purposes today, we are going to review the whiteboards feature. Now, I already have a blank document here with this dotted background. I've given it a title here up top, Inquiry Chart Demonstration. And if we look at the left sidebar here, we see a whole list of different kinds of chart templates. We don't have to worry about building one from scratch. We just have to find one that suits our particular needs. And these words up here next to the search bar give us a good idea of the options that are available to us. So a mind map, for example, can be useful for brainstorming and organizing ideas. And something like a timeline would be useful for organizing information into a particular order, like historical events or something like that. But we are working on a project where we compare different charities and the work that they do. So as an example, I want to chart my information into a compare and contrast model. So I would search for that right up here, and you can see it's already in my recent searches. So I'll just click on that and I get a whole list of options here. Now, I already found a chart earlier that I like, and if I scroll down, you can see here this double bubble map that I've selected. And all I have to do from this point is organize the information I've already gathered, putting it into all of these different entries. I'm comparing two LGBTQ nonprofits, GLSEN and the Trevor Project. So all we have to do is take the bits and pieces I've gathered in my inquiry journal or my inquiry log and place it into the different bubbles all around so I can more easily visualize how all of that information is connected. If I need more bubbles, all I have to do is select an object, I'll click on it, then click on one of the arrows and it extends out with another bubble, and it will do that infinitely in every direction. So you can put as much information on this chart as you need to. But we're going to start simple in the middle right here with just the names of the organizations. GLSEN and the Trevor Project. Whoops. So they're both nonprofits that support the LGBTQ community. So we'll start with that right there in the middle. Nonprofit that supports the LGBTQ plus community. That's a similar characteristic. So it goes into these orange bubbles that are connected to both circles on either side. But each organization has a different goal or mission. So I would put that information into the unique characteristic bubbles on the side over here. So GLSEN, for example, focuses on resources for educators and schools. The Trevor Project, on the other hand, focuses on directly reaching LGBTQ youth in crisis with the goal of doing things like reducing suicide rates. And in the rest of these bubbles, I would add even more specific information about the programs that each charity provides. For example, GLSEN sponsors the Day of Silence. That's something you might have heard of. The Trevor Project has a really cool website called Trevor Space. That's an entire online community where LGBTQ youth can anonymously seek support, ask for advice, connect with others like them. Now, in addition to all of that information, you'll see these little squares, the orange squares on the side, and those are very useful for a couple different purposes. Maybe information that doesn't really fit anywhere in my bubble chart, or even to keep track of the different information sources where I'm getting all this information from. I would put my citations there. So as you gather your information and begin to fill and organize your inquiry charts, the similarities and differences between each organization become a lot clearer. I have an example here of a completed chart that I did earlier to kind of show you what your end product might look like. Feel free to pause the screen, take a closer look at all the info here. But seeing your information laid out in a chart like this is a great way to visualize what you have, understand if you need more, and discard any information that isn't relevant to your end goal. It's super easy to personalize and adjust as needed. And I really hope that this is a useful tool for you. This is only a brief introduction to all the capabilities of this website, so I do hope you will continue to explore and discover some new ways to design and improve your inquiry charts. Thank you.